1 verse 8 and read verse all the way down to verse 9.
In Joshua 1:8, this book of the law should not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Verse 9, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy power is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
So, even though we don't see the Lord physically with us wherever we go, we have faith that he's with us wherever we go. Okay. Why is he with us wherever we go? Because we meditate on his words. These laws, statutes, and commandments don't depart from our minds wherever we go. Did he not say the Lord is the word? All right. Does it not say in John that Yahweh Shai is the word? So if we're meditating upon the Lord, is the word, all right, all the time, the Lord is always with us. That's the law of faith, man.
That's right.
What you got?
I had one Sawat.
Okay, you got something?
The Sawat 2 and 15. It says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. You know?
That's so plain, man. You know, we have to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, because ultimately that's what we are hoping to receive.
You know, what it say in the book of John, if you love me, keep my commandments.
Yep.
In verse 16, it says, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Read that again, Bible Shop. Read it again.
Sirach 2 and 16.
So I got it.
They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
They that love him shall be filled with the law, man. You know? And that is that's talking about the new covenant. Those that love him gonna get what? The law, statutes, and commandments in their inward parts. But you have to prove yourself worthy, because it's all here, right? It's not like he's going to give us something that doesn't exist, that we don't have an account or a record of. He's just going to program us with it to where we can't depart from it. Like we don't, because what makes us depart from the law? The flesh. Yes. So what's going to make us be able to keep the law? New bodies.
All right.
Okay? That's why we have to be changed. And then, really, the laws are already in us. Does it not say you have an unction from the Holy One and ye know all things? So if you are the Lord's elect, really the law is already in you. Faith is already in you. These bodies is what war against what the Lord has placed in us. So really, when we get that new body simultaneously, we're going to be made immortal, because the new body is going to be able to coexist, all right, with the laws that's already in our spirit, man. You know, because we already know not to kill, not to, you know, certain things, even if you're not into the Bible, if you're an Israelite, it's certain things that you know you're not supposed to do that. You know, but it's certain things that we lost knowledge of, all right, that we got back when we woke up to the fact that, hey, we Israelites, we supposed to be doing this. We know what's required of us, all right? When we came back, starting with our forefather, our Bibbins, passed on down to our apostles today, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ariyamla, okay? And our elders, because the Lord set these men up to guide us, all right, to give us the true judgment, all right? He said that he was going to give us pastors according to his own heart and his mind, that was going to show us, all right, basically going to show us what he would have us to do to please him. All right.
Let me sit on that.
All right. You got something?
Yeah, Matthew.
Okay, come. Go ahead, bro.
All right, Matthew 5. And
That's beautiful. That's what I was going to do.
you was getting that?
No, go ahead.
Matthew 5 and 17. It says, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Yeah, and this is Yahushua speaking, man. So these Christians don't understand that, you know, the Lord didn't just die to just for you to just be able to do whatever the hell you want, man, and to say the law is done away with. Okay, the Lord. Well, I'm gonna read it again. This is Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. See?
Keep going.
He fulfilled the law. But verse 18, it says, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. You know?
Yep, that's plain. Not one jot nor tittle shall pass from the law till all be fulfilled. You know? Because once we get the law, statutes, and commandments in us, right, and the new covenant is fulfilled, there's no need for the book. We gonna be the books.
We gonna be the book.
That's what Yahushua was.
Right.
He was the book made flesh. He was this judgment made flesh. It's gonna be 144,000 of us. All right, Lord willing, we those men. That's what we hoping to be, man.
That's right, bro.
I got one before you get that one. This is Romans 6 and 14.
Oh, that's good.
For sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under the grace. Now this is what gets you Christians so confused. And you always talk about the Hebrew Israelites, how we cherry pick. Well, if you would continue to read this, you wouldn't get confused, because this is not saying in no way that the law is done away with. It's saying that we're under the grace of the law now through Yahushua, meaning the penalty is not executed expediently. Matter of fact, get Ecclesiastes. You know what I want.
Yep.
You know, because what it say? Because
judgment
against an evil sentence. I think it's Ecclesiastes
8 and 11, I think.
8, yeah.
This Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right. So that's why you thinking that you don't have to keep the law. But when you go against the law, which is sin, is transgression of the law, then you have committed an evil work. And because the penalty against the evil works of the law is not executed speedily,
right,
your hearts are fully set to keep doing the wickedness that you're doing. All right? And you justify it by communicating these scriptures, all right, and misinterpreting these scriptures into your own understanding. That's why scriptures say, lean not unto your own understanding. And that's exactly what you Christians do. And every time you try to come up against the word, you are confounded, man. Because the word is consistent, and it has a consistent message that never contradicts itself, but it's written in a way to cause you to stumble. All right? For sin shall not have dominion sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid. Okay? So stop there instead of stopping at 14. You know?
Keep going.
You keep going. And that sums it all up, man.
Right.
And when you jump to Romans 3 and 31, which Romans 3 is before Romans 6. So that's basically Apostle Paul repeating himself in Romans 6. Do we then, Romans 3 and 31, make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law, man. Okay? So with that being said, there is no way whatsoever that the law has ever been done away with or ever will be done away with.
Right.
The law of the Lord is his judgment. It's his standard for us to live by. It's how we obtain immortality. It's how we obtain life, man.
Right.
It's no way around the law of the Lord, you know. The Lord say he exalts his word above his name, man.
Yeah.
All right? So if that means if the law done away with, the Lord's name don't mean nothing, man. You know, which to you Christians it don't, because you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, you call them whatever the hell you want to call them, and when we try to bring out the fact that, hey, that's not his name, and prove beyond a reasonable doubt that that's Jesus and Jehovah is not the Lord's name,
Right.
you still cleave unto that, you know.
God. Now you get 7 to 12, Romans 7 to 12.
Okay, come. This is the book of Romans chapter 7 verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. Was that then which is good made death unto me? God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful. So, for we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. So that's why we struggle with sin. All right? But we're not supposed to submit to what? The carnal. It say the law is spiritual. That's why you Christians want to do away with the law. Because you're not spiritual. You want to be carnal. You want to live according to the flesh, man.
Hey, this Galatians 5 and 16. This I say, then walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Walk in the spirit, walk in the law.
For the flesh lusted against the spirit,
Ooh.
and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary to one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be lead of the spirit, ye are not under the law.
Yeah, I got one to back you up.
Go ahead, because that's what we in. You know, we under grace, but we still got to keep the laws to the best of our ability, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Romans 8 and 6. It says, for to be carnally minded is death,
That's it, man.
but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
man. You walking in this flesh, man. You carnally minded, man.
It's death, man.
It's death, man.
Yep.
But you walking in the spirit, that's life, man.
Which is following after the laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
You know?
I got one.
Right.
This Romans 5. This is Romans 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 11. It say, and not only so, but we also joy in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. We also joy in Yahweh power through our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, by whom we have now received the atonement. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. So the penalty of the law passed over men by one man, and that one man is the same man whom sin entered into the world by. Mm-hmm. Which that's way over y'all heads, because that's talking about Adam.
Yeah.
All right. It says, verse 13, which is the point. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. So that's why the laws had to be written in stones and presented before us, man. So that the record of what sin is, all right, is written. You know what I'm saying? It's there. Because sin is the transgression of the law. But if you don't have the law, then you can't be penalized for what you don't have. Like you don't know, if you don't know sin, like you just out here doing things and don't know that you're doing wrong by the Lord.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta have a standard.
That's why you Christians want the law done away with, man.
Right.
So now it ain't no record for what you doing. I'm doing what I want to do.
The Lord know my heart.
The Lord know my heart.
But how can you repent?
You can't
How
repent.
you can't repent if you're not under the law, man.
Yep.
That's it, man. I'm going to go back to the book of Deuteronomy 4 and 7. It said, for what nation is Deuteronomy 4 and 7? For what nation is there so great, who had the Most High, so now unto them is the Lord our power, and it's in all things that we call upon him for. And what nation is there so great, that has statutes and judgment so righteous, is all this law which I set before you this day.
That I set before you this day. Go ahead, bro.
It said, only take heed to thyself and keep that so diligently.
Take heed mean watch yourself. That's why in the New Testament it say, examine yourselves daily whether you be in the faith. What's the measurement stick? What's the measurement stick of whether or not you in the faith? The way that you conduct yourself, is it according to the scriptures? Is it according to the law, statutes, and commandments? That's why when we see Jake out in the world, within an instance, we know whether or not the Lord is dealing with him. We know within an instance if you know.
You're right. I know what
you know what I'm saying.
Bro. Yeah.
We know if you off, man. We know if the Lord has given you this judgment or not, man.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
It say in Romans the 6th chapter also that the wages of sin is death.
Yep.
You know, and also in the book of James, I believe, said for him to know what to do good and do it not, to him it is sin. You know? And we telling y'all the judgment of the Lord to come back. So stop doing this, stop going off. But y'all people refuse to do that. So you going off. It is sin unto you, man. And that's death, you know. So back in Deuteronomy 4 and 9, it said, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thy eyes have seen, unless they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. Which means teach your son also the customs, you know, your law, you know, your heritage, you know. God's statutes and commandments, man.
So the Lord didn't go through all of that and have Moses, you know, give a judgment to us for us to depart from it.
Right.
Like that would make him a hypocrite to have all of that, you know, all 613 laws, statutes, and commandments given unto us, and have Moses recited and Aaron recited to us, and then down the line, all of a sudden the New Testament has made all that null and void. You know, and then in the same breath, you Christians will say that the Old Testament was speaking of Jesus. You know.
I got a couple more verses when we end on this. It says Psalm 78:5, for he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children, that the generation to come might know them, even the children which shall be born, who shall arise and declare them to their children, that they may set their hope in the Most High, and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments.
Hey, when a woman that they was accusing, all right, before the Lord of committing adultery, all right, when they brought her to the Lord say, let he without sin cast the first stone. And they confounded them and they departed. And then the lady, and then he asked the lady, are you not condemned? She said, no. He said, and neither do I condemn you, right? Yahweh Shai said, neither do I condemn you, right? So did that mean that the law was done away with? No, because what did he say right after that? Go and sin no more. So why did he tell her, just go and do whatever the hell you want? Why did he say, don't worry about the law? Just do what you want to do. Because sin is the transgression of the law, man. He told her, rise up and sin no more, man. But that's the point, man. The judgment of the Lord remaineth forever. These laws, statutes, and commandments are the doctrine of the life and endure it forever, man.
That's right, bro.
God, if I can say this too, in the kingdom of heaven, they're going to learn the laws, statutes, commandments too. The heathens, man. They're going to come to us for the laws.
Right.
You know? So the light,
it's still going to be in the earth, bro. It says endure forever. It's going to keep going, man. You ain't going to get around the law, man.
Come on. How order gonna be set up in the kingdom of heaven? Come on, man. That's all I have to say.
All right, with that, all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the Apostle Nils and Great Millstone, Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala,
Babal,
Rise
Israel, destroy confusion, Shalom Labakarian.
Shalom.
Peace to the elect.